as the nights are drawing in, it's time to go back to the stouts. And this is a cheeky little Barney's beer. And it's a milk stout, marshmallow milk stout, just 1.69 from Lidl in part of their craft beer festival. But what does it taste like? Check out a review to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're going to be reviewing another beer from the Lidl Craft Festival. This is Barney's beer and it's a marshmallow milk stout. So we've had a few stouts on this channel before, and we've actually had a Brewdog, which was a sort of marshmallow stout as well. But this one's in a 330ml bottle, 7.4% this is, and it was just £1.69, so quite cheap. So let's get this beer out of this bottle and into the glass. As I said, it was from the Lidl Craft Beer Festival, and this was actually available in the one when they released the craft beer their own craft beer festival in the summertime. But I didn't manage to get this one. It flew off the shelves, so to speak. And I've heard that it's a really special beer, especially for the price. So let's get this beer into a glass. Pours just like a Coca-Cola. Quite gassy there. I mean, if you'd poured it out to me and give that to me, I'd say, oh, it's a Coke. But it's no, it is a milk. It is a marshmallow milk stout. Let's get some aromas. Yeah, it does smell a little bit quite similar to the Brewdog one. Got a one finger sort of tan head there, pretty much deep black there. Can't really see. Actually, you can see it in the bottom. You can see there's. I don't know if the camera can pick that up a bit, but you can see there's like a sort of red, sort of ruby red sort of haze there. But it looks pretty good. Looks the part. I think it's. Let's get some more aromas though. Yeah, I mean it's got that malty stout sort of smell. And then there's that sort of subtleness of, that sort of raspberry, strawberry sort of smell in there as well. Not much else. Can't really smell much into way of sort of vanilla, which I would probably expect. So let's give it a drink, shall we? Cheers, everyone. Yeah, I mean, very malty, very stouty. You're not really getting that much sweetness. It's not. When I think of the BrewDog one, you did get that little sweet sort of strawberry raspberry flavour, but this doesn't really have it. It's quite soft. I expected there to be more carbonation, which it can be a bit of it makes it a little bit sort of thin and a bit sort of gassy. It's not right in a stout, but it hasn't got that. It's quite smooth, but I wouldn't call it velvety. It's not a nice thick body. Yeah, a little bit of maltiness and bitterness on the back end there. But I'm really struggling to find the marshmallow part of it. Yeah, I mean, I've got to admit, there's a lot of people saying great things about it, but I'm not really sure what the fuss is about. It tastes like a stout. Let's see what it says. It says roasty, toasty, dark malts and vanilla sweetness, like a marshmallow roasted on open fire. I'm not getting huge amounts of vanilla in that at all. You get that maltiness and then a little bit of bitterness. But it's almost like, very one note really. It's like there's not really them pockets of sweetness at all. There's not that creaminess of vanilla. I'm not tasting that at all, really. I really am not. It's got a nice mouthfeel. And the maltiness is quite pleasant. I've actually got this at the right temperature. It's been out of the fridge over 2 hours now, so it's probably the right sort of temperature. But I'm just not getting any sweet. I'm not getting sweetness. it's almost, the sweetness is almost like an artificial, almost like a Coke, in that it's got that sort of, like an artificial sweetness, sort of sweetness to it. But I'm not getting those. I'm not getting a fruit strawberry type of sweetness that I would expect with the marshmallow. You expect that sort of raspberry strawberry sort of flavour. Not getting that at all, and you're not getting the vanilla. It's pleasant, but it's just, to me, it's just a bit meh. There's nothing to it. It's a stout. You could have called it a milk stout, and I would have thought, yep, okay, it's a bit like a milk stout. I want some more red flavoured berry in there, and I'm not getting it. So let's get some scores, shall we? Okay, the scores are in for Barney's Beer Marshmallow Milk Stout, coming in at 7.4% in a free at 30ml bottle. It's lovely. Something. It's quite simple, the artwork, but there's something quite classy about it. Really, quite like that. Nice bit of pink on there. I think that goes well with the darkness of the beer. But I've got to admit, I've come into this thinking, I'd heard, people said, "Oh, this is really great. Couldn't get it last time. Everyone was buying it because it was so great." It's not. It's not great. I'm not. I'm certainly not. I'm not a big fan of stouts, and I'm not a big expert on them. But I've had better. And when I can get a BrewDog stout that's better than this, I think there's a few issues with it. The main issue really is that it's just not much to it. So aroma wise, it's got a malty stout like aroma, which you would expect. I'm not getting any marshmallow sort of smells. Any sort of sweetness I get in the aroma is very artificial. So I'm giving it a 10 out of 20 for aroma. Appearance wise, I thought, for a stout, it's pretty poor. I mean, it poured like a Coke. It's sort of dark. There's a slight red hue there. No head really, but you're not always going to get that with a stout. I don't think it's the best looking. I'm giving it 6 out of 10. Flavour wise, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just nothing there, It's got that maltiness, a slightness of a bitterness on the back end. Hasn't got that nice, thick, stouty sort of taste to it. It's not velvety. But it doesn't taste like it's the 7.4%. Doesn't taste boozy. But it's just like a malty milk stout. There's no why they can put marshmallow in there. There's none of those sort of raspberry or strawberry sort of flavours. And even the vanilla is not very easy to pick out. And you're not, even though there is a sort of sweetness, it's not the sweetness that you want, because it tastes like, saccharine sort of artificial sweetener. So I'm only giving it 27 out of 40 for flavour. Value for money, okay, we can, it's 7.4% and you're paying £1.69. I think that's pretty good value. If you're a big lover of stouts, you might find value in that. And I think I think it should be commended that you can buy yourself a stout for £1.69 from a supermarket. So I'll give it a 9 out of 10. And then overall experience, well, as you say, I'm still not convinced. I'm still hunting for a stout that I want to drink again, and I wouldn't want to drink this. It's just bland for a stout. There's nothing really going on it. It's a little bit. It's not overly gassy, but it's still quite. It's sort of medium to thin bodied, and to be honest, it's just, there's not much to it. There's no flavour. All I'm getting is a maltiness of a stout, and I want more from it. Especially as it advertised, like a toasted marshmallows. It doesn't taste like that at all. So I'm giving it 10 out of 20 for my overall experience. So we top those scores up, and we get, a low level Bon Jovi at 62 out of 100. It's not a great stout, in my opinion. Maybe some people may disagree and say, no, Rocker, this stout is great and it's £1.69. But for me, it's just nothing to it. It's a milk stout and that's it. If you love stouts, £1.69, give it a try, see what you think. But for me, is lacking. So that's my review of the Barney's beer Marshmallow. Well, where's the Marshmallow Milk Stout? And until the next one, keep on rocking.